Hey everyone, once again, welcome back to this data science series. And today we are going to start statistics, one of the most important part of data science, and it is going to be very meaningful. Let's start it. So, firstly, I'm going to define how can you say what is the statistics. If someone is going to ask you how to define stats, simply statistics, I'm going to call stats, right? So you have to say it is the branch of mathematics. I hope you can see the screen. It is the branch of mathematics that deals with collecting everything. We are going to talk about the data. Whatever we are going to talk, that is related to data. I hope you got it. That deals with collecting, organizing, analyzing, and at last presentation of data. Look, whenever we are going to take new data from like Google or anywhere else, other platforms, firstly, what we do, we collect the data. After that, we are organizing it in particular manner. Suppose if we have numerical data, then it is going to organize in the ascending order, descending order, like that. After that, after organizing the data, we are going to analyze the data, analysis, and at last everything has been done. At last we are going to present the data very well in front of manager, in front of clients, in front of anyone. Suppose I'm going to take many examples. If you have to think about the statistics, then you can say beautiful example, day-to-day life example is like how many students are performing well, what is the average marks, what is the maximum marks. If you are going to take about the case of doctors, then how many patients recover and which patient has diabetes disease. So all these things are related to stats only, statistics only. I hope you got it nicely. So this is the proper definition of statistics. Now it's time for the types of statistics. Then it has been divided into two types, two parts. First one would be the descriptive statistics. Writing is not nice, but you can manage, I hope. And second one is the inferential statistics. Descriptive and inferential statistics. Okay. Now, here in descriptive statistics, you are going to summarize the data. How can you summarize the data? Suppose, uh, look, suppose you have data. This is the data set we have, and here we have ID, EID, and employee name. E stands for the employee name, and here we have salary. So ID would be 1 2 3 4. Name would be Aman, Raman, Chaman, and after that Pawan. And salary would be 1000, 2000, 3000, and 4000 here. How can you summarize the data? If someone is going to ask you, can you calculate the average salary of the employee? Yes, the average salary would be what? 1000 plus 2000 plus 3000 plus 4000 divided by how many employees we have? 4. And it is going to give you the value. Okay, 10,000 divided by 4, that would be 2.5k, 2.5 thousand, 2500, right? And if someone is going to ask you, can you calculate the total salary? Yes, the total salary would be what? 10,000. You are going to add the salary of each and every employee. This is the case. You are summarizing the data. So descriptive statistics only define the how can you summarize the data very well, particular data. Okay, so here you can easily find out the mean, median, mode, all these things, variance, standard deviation, all these things. What things I've written? First one would be the mean, second one would be the median, third one would be the mod, fourth one would be the variance. I'm going to explain it very nicely. And the fifth one would be the standard deviation. So this is the case we are going to talk about standard deviation. Now, if you have to, now I'm going to talk about the descriptive statistics only. That only I'm talking, right? Now, if someone asks you, how can you explain more nicely descriptive statistics, then how can you say it? So firstly, it has been divided into on the basis of several parts. That is the measure of central tendency. Measure of central tendency. Inside this, we are going to talk about the mean, median, and mode. Three things we are going to talk about inside the measure of central tendency. Second one is the measure of variability. Measure of variability. So what is measure of variability? Here we are going to talk about the range, variance, and after that standard deviation. Standard deviation here we are going to talk about, right? Third one would be the measure of shape. Measure of shape. So don't worry at all. I'm going to explain what is range, what is variance, what is standard deviation, what is the mean, what is median, what is mode in explained way. Okay, measure of shape. Inside this, we are going to talk about two things. First one would be the skewness, and other one would be the curvaceous. These two things. Here we are going to talk about the correlations and covariance. Variance. After that, the fifth one, frequency distribution. And different plots we are going to see. Okay, so this was the what? This was the descriptive statistics, and it has been divided into further parts. Like first one would be the measure of central tendency. Inside that, we will talk about the mean, median, mode, and second one is the measure of variability. Inside that, we are going to talk about the range, variance, standard deviation, and third one would be the measure of shape. Inside that, skewness, kurtosis, and fourth one would be the correlations and covariance. Fifth one would be the frequency distributions, and there we are going to talk about the different plots. I hope you got it nicely, right? Now the second part would be the inferential statistics. Inferential statistics. So inferential statistics, we are going to talk about the central limit. I hope you got it very nicely. Central limit theorem. Central limit theorem. And here we will talk about after that hypothesis testing. hypothesis hypothesis testing. Here we are going to talk about the and like p test, t test we will talk about, and chi-square test, z test. Everything I'm going to explain it very nicely, so don't worry at all these things we are going to cover in statistics. After that we will move towards the probability. Okay, so once we are done with the stats parts, after that we will move towards the probability. So here in this case, before proceeding to the descriptive statistics and inferential statistics, we should know about population and sample. Simply I'm going to explain it. What is the population, what is the sample? And before that, if someone is going to ask you what would be the descriptive statistics, how can you define it? Simply you have to say, in descriptive statistics we are going to summarize the data in meaningful way. Summarize the data in meaningful way so that we get the proper meaning from that data. That is the descriptive statistics. And what is inferential statistics? If someone is going to ask you inferential stats, inferential statistics. Here we are going to explain it is the type of stats, type of statistics that deals with that deals with prediction, conclusion, okay, so that deals with the prediction conclusion of population data using sample data. Look, I'm going to take one example here. So what is the inferential statistics? It is the type of statistics that deal with the prediction conclusion, okay, of population using with population data using sample data. It means that firstly I'm going to explain what is the population and what is the sample data. So population would be the major part. Suppose you have 1 lakh people, so that is the population complete figure. If you are going to take out 100 people from it, so that would be the sample. It means that sample is the subset of population here. This would be the 100 people would be the sample. Okay, so you heard about DNA testing. It means that there is complete body, but they are going to take some of the part of that body. After that they are doing the DNA testing, blood sample. They are not going to take the complete blood of the human body. They are taking the 3 4 5 drops of blood, and after that they are doing the research and everything, and then they predict, oh, you have this disease. Here you can say prediction conclusion. So it means that how can you define it? You have to define this is the population data, complete data. Population means the whole data, and after that you are going to take some of the part of that data, that is only known as the sample data. So when we are going to talk about the inferential statistics, it means that it is the type of stats that deals with the prediction conclusion of population using sample. It means that we are going to predict the result about the population data only, but for that you have to take the sample. Whenever you are going to take the sample, and after that you are going to perform everything, whatever you want to perform, you have to perform on that sample data, and at last you have to give the prediction on conclusion result as output. It will talk about that output, will talk about the complete population. Okay, so this is the case, this is the scenario, you have to understand it. And suppose one more example, I'm going to talk about the population and sample here. So this is the how many voters we have, or this is the poison, snacks poison, and we want to research that this is more venomous or not. Then at that case researchers are not going to take the whole venom, right? They are not going to take the whole venom. So what they are going to do, they are going to take 2 to 3 drops of venom. After that they will start performing the research. This is the case they are going to do. Okay, this is the fine case, and with the help of that 2 to 3 drops they will figure it out about the whole venom, and they will say it is more venomous or less venomous. Okay, so that the whole venomous would be the whole venom, complete venom would be the population, and 2 to 3 drops would be the sample. 2 to 3 drops would be the sample. I hope you got it very nicely, very nicely. You got it. Okay. Now, firstly, we are going to talk about the descriptive stats. One more thing I have to cover in this statistics part: data and types of data. Data and types of data. We will see once we are done with the descriptive stats. We will see data and types of data. Okay. Now, descriptive statistics, we are going to talk about the firstly mean, median, and mod. So what is the mean? What is the median? What is the mod? Suppose you have this one, students ID, name, and here marks we are going to talk. So ID would be what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Student's name would be the Kalu, Lalu, Balu, and Tiku. Marks would be the 55, 85, 75, and 65. Firstly, we are going to take the mean. Mean is simply means the average. Mean is equal to average here. How can you calculate the average? You have to perform the average or mean on the marks. So we have 4 marks, then we are going to add it, 55 plus 85 plus 75 plus 65. After that, after summing up the whole marks, we are going to divide by the total numbers. How many students we have? 4. We are going to divide by 4. Then it is going to give you the output. So you can calculate and it will give you the something output. So this is the mean. Mean is simply means the average we are going to find out. And what is the median? Look, in median we are going to take the middle value data, middle data. Median, how can you calculate the median? Middle, it is going to take the middle data. So here we have two cases. One would be the even case. In even case, another one is the odd case. Firstly, we are going to talk about the odd case here. Suppose you have 22, 23, 24, 30, and 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the odd case because we have total numbers of marks we have, but 5 marks. So 5 is the odd number. So this is the odd case here. If someone is going to ask you how can you calculate the median, then you have to take the middle value. You have to leave 2 data on the left side. You have to leave 2 data on the right side. So middle value is 24. So median would be the 24. I hope you got it. And in even case, what you have to do? Suppose 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Here we have even case. How can you calculate the even case? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So totally we have 6 data here. Okay. So 6 sample we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you have to calculate the median. In this case, what you have to do? Firstly, if the data is not organized properly in ascending or descending order, you have to organize it in the form of ascending and descending order. After that, what do you have to do? So it is already organized very well. So now you can calculate or perform the median here. So 10, 20, we can take 30. We can leave 30 from the left side, or 3 data from the left side and 3 data from the right side. Now we haven't data. Okay, there is no data anymore. Now what do you have to do? So you have to leave 2 data from the left side and 2 data from the right side, and you have to take 2 data from the center here. So 30 plus 40 and divided by 2 here. 35 would be the median here. I hope you got it nicely. Now what would be the mod here? Mod gives the repetition or frequency of data. Frequency of data, or you can say repetition. What is the repetition? Suppose you have the data. Randomly I'm going to take the data. Any data I'm going to take. So 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7. So here you have to take that value which has repeated more times. Now 2 repeated 2 times, 3 repeated 2 times, 4 repeated 3 times, 5 repeated 2 times, 6 repeated 5 times, 7 repeated 1 times. Okay, so here 6 would be the frequency, more repetitions, that is the mod. 6 would be the mod here. Like those data, whatever data it is going to repeat maximum times, that would be only defined as the mod here. Number of repetitions more, that is only mod. Frequency more, that is only mod here. I hope you got it very nicely. If you have to see it with the help of coding part also, please open the Jupyter notebook here, and we are going to take x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here we are going to firstly import numpy library, numerical python, for mathematical functions, and for arrays we are using the mainly NumPy library, and np is the alias as we know here. So if someone is going to ask you what would be the mean of this x, so you have to define np dot mean, and here we will pass the x here, and after that we are going to print y here. So 3 would be the mean. Why 3 would be the mean? 5 plus 4, 9 plus 3, 12 plus 2, 14 plus 1. So 15, 15 divided by 5, 3 would be the output here. Okay, this is the case. If I'm going to calculate it, then 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. And after that, I'm going to divide by how many numbers we have? 5. It is going to give you the output here. Is the output here 3.0. Okay, so that is the mean. So this is the proper way you can easily calculate the mean, median, mod, and everything I have shown you. And we are going to take lots of graphs also, lots of charts also. Through that charts I'm going to show you each and everything. I hope you like the video. Thank you so much for watching.